This is the final entry in the series on Revelation 13. In it, we look at the number 666, the number of the beast.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
In part 1 of this series, we established the fact that the beast from the sea, or simply the beast, was the papacy. In part 2, we saw that the beast from the earth was these United States. We also saw that prophecy showed that the United States would use a modernized version of spiritualism to advocate the formation of the image to the beast. Spiritualism entails the immortal and eternally conscious state of the soul. In part 3, we saw that the image to the beast is formed when the middle wall of partition between church and state is torn down. That is, we have a union of church and state. Protestant America will use civil authority to force compliance to its doctrine. We saw also that the mark of the beast is an ascension to the doctrine of Protestant America. We looked at 3 Greek words. Recall, the New Testament was originally written in Greek. The first Greek word was charagma. Charagma is translated as mark, and is used almost exclusively in reference to the mark of the beast. Charagma also means a sign of servitude, slavery, a servant. Thus, the mark of the beast is a sign of servitude to or, a servant of, the beast. The second Greek word was chaia and is translated as hand. It also means an instrument or tool. Those who got the mark of the beast in their hand, obeyed the dictates of Protestant America out of convenience, to buy and sell, trade, own property, keep a job. This group doesn't believe in the doctrines of the church. The third Greek word was metopon, and is translated as forehead. It comes from the Greek root, meta. It properly denotes accompaniment or full support. The group that gets the mark in their forehead support the doctrines of Protestant America wholeheartedly. Even to the point wherein, they support the civil penalties that are imposed on dissenters. When the issue of keeping God's commandments is plainly set before the people and men choose to obey the commandments of men, they will receive the mark of the beast. Verse 18. A number is given as a means of identification. The number of a man, and his number is 666, that is 666. Let's state this plainly. The number of the beast is not the mark of the beast. As stated before, those who receive the mark of the beast deliberately break God's commandments, choosing to obey man instead of God. Verse 18's scope is the number of the beast power. The number is the title which the Pope takes to himself, and allows others to apply to him. On special occasions, the Pope wears a triple-tiered mitre, a gift from Constantine the Great. It bears the Latin title, Vicarius Filii Dei, which means, vicegerent or vicar or substitute, of the Son of God. Taking the letters out of this title, Vicarius Filii Dei, which the Latins used as numerals, and giving them their numerical value, we have 666. Thus, V is a 5, I is a 1, C is a 100, A, and, R, are not Roman numerals, I, 1, U is the same as V and is 5. S and F are not Roman numerals. I is 1, L is 50, I, 1, D, 500. E is not used as a numeral, I, 1. Adding these number together, we have just 666. The Pope has always considered himself to be God and the Vicar of Viceregent of Christ, as we have seen in quotes in previous videos. By placing this number in Holy Writ, the Spirit is allowing John to be as definitive as is possible in pinpointing the papal office. John was on the penal colony of Patmos. And for the book of Revelation to leave the confines of the prison, God had to couch these truths in symbols. Yes, there are names that add up to 666. But it bears noting that these other folks did not think to change God's law. None changed the ordering of the 10 Commandments, none but the papal office has made Sunday sacred. None but the papal office persecuted saints for 1260 years. None but the papacy received a deadly wound that was healed. 666 is not to be interpreted in a vacuum. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. In summary, the image to awe of the beast is formed when Protestant America has sufficient civil authority to create and execute laws that force compliance to its dogma, especially Sunday sacredness. The mark of the beast is not 666. 666 is the number used to identify the papal office. The Pope's three-tiered mitre has the title vicegerent, or vicar, or substitute, of the Son of God. Vicegerent of the Son of God in Latin is vicarius filii Dei. When the Roman number system is applied to this Latin phrase, vicarius filii Dei, the number is 666. Whereas, men will receive the mark of the beast when they obey the laws that Protestant America has the authority to enforce. They will obey man's law, including Sunday sacredness, for convenience, for example to keep a job, or buy and sell. And there will be another class that embrace the laws Protestant America enforces. Once again, when the issue of keeping God's commandments is plainly set before the people and men choose to obey the commandments of men, they will receive the mark of the beast. And that's what this is all about. The choice to obey God's law versus that of men. It is a comforting thought to know that though church and state will unite their power to compel all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive the mark of the beast, Revelation 13:16, the people of God will not receive the mark. God is love and his law is love. The Lord says categorically, if ye love me, keep my commandments, John 14 verse 15. The law is the gospel embodied, and the gospel is the law unfolded. God's people will keep the commandments of God, and the faith of Jesus, Revelation 14 verse 12. They will be unison with the psalmist, Psalms 40 verse 8, I delight to do thy will, O my God, yea, thy law is within my heart.